YouTube. I've not got a guitar on today. I'm thinking I'm just going to talk in this video. I'm going to talk about some projects that I've got coming up that I've been meaning to do for ages and haven't done. The plan was I was going to do a sort of before and after for this guitar, but I've kind of, rather than rush myself, I mean, it might come on depending if this is only a couple of minutes long. This is a Strat body that my pal Jim had a go at doing the dip painting thing, which kind of failed, and I actually physically took this out of his bin. It was just the body. It's kind of, I think what his problem was I remember him telling me when he did it, I think he did a headstock, or he did a piece of wood and it turned out really well as a dip thing, and then he did the bucket, set it all up, put all the paint in, and then put the guitar body in, and basically just held it like that and dunked it in, and the problem was the guitar floated because it's made of wood, so it kind of floated up and went over, and then he just basically sat it out in his back, just went threw it into the corner, and then leant it against his bin. And then the following day I happened to be going past, and on the way past I was like, there's a guitar with a mad paint job on it in your bin, and he's like, I made a mess of it. I was like, right, so I took it and made this out of it. I've since sort of decided I'm going to do something else with it. I actually did a gig with this. The one solo gig I ever did, it was a place called the Purple Orange Arts Venue in Bathgate, and I played the Rolling Stones album, their Satanic Majesty's Request, which was their sort of Sgt. Peppery influenced one. They're kind of sitting on it. It's basically, it kind of looks like Sgt. Pepper's. It's got a mad 3D cover actually, and I played that whole album live with no loops or anything like that. But I actually used the Sovtech and this guitar like for psychedelicness. And then later on I kind of did other things that's stupid. I put far too much in it, so I can't even remember what the switches does. It's got two 3-way switches. Well, that's a 3-way, that's a 3-way, this is a 4-way rotary. And that's a kill switch, just because I like the colour of it. But I think I'm going to and I cut out this scratch plate because I didn't want to hide as much of the psychedelicness, but it's kind of, I don't really need this guitar anymore because I've got the Ibanez Blazer, which is a much better guitar, but to be honest. So this kind of sat with no strings on it. Actually I took it to Download Festival and played it, and it was fun, but I'm going to try and make it an awful lot simpler, and I've got another scratch plate, this one here, and I'm just going to make it, I think it'll look much better if it's actually just got a Strat scratch plate. It'll make an awful lot more sense. I really have to use these pickups because, as you can see, I bought these from China, and they've got like a, actually not dissimilar to this pattern already on them. So these two have to stay. That's a Warman lipstick pickup, which in this guitar, it was one I used to use it quite a lot, but the lipstick's a hell of a lot quieter than the two. These are kind of Seymour Duncan Invaders, so they're like pure super heavy metal distortion pickups, and they didn't really mix with this, so I really had the choice of either using the humbuckers, or switching the humbuckers off and using the single coil and turning the amp up a little bit. So it was kind of, it didn't really work, although I think it looks cool. So I'm going to rearrange that a little bit. The reason it's sitting in bits is because this is the original neck from it, as you can see, his crazy painting and my own name on it. But this was stolen off one of my probably my silliest guitar, which I'm going to I've still got it. I didn't throw it out, but it currently has the two necks. I don't want to ruin it, but wait till you see what this guitar turns out to be. It's one I probably hasn't played for about 10 years, but I think you'll enjoy how silly it is, and it's like to the point of, why would anyone ever build that? And it's like, well, I did because I can. Yeah, so this neck's actually one of the reasons that this neck's on it is because if you look back at it, actually it was actually quite a good guitar. I did a guitar from, I picked up a Jacksville, I think it was called a Pink Punk one. It was pink, and it had sort of graphics on it, sort of looked like someone had drawn on it with pen, but it was actually printed on it. And actually those same bad guitars, the body was MDF, but actually it was an alright guitar, because I remember when I got it back, basically I brought it up here, I don't even think I put strings on it. Maybe I put strings on it and did a video, and I had a great time with it. So it wasn't a pure awful guitar. It was fine, and the neck was fine. It's just that the way I looked at it, there's no way I could really paint I don't really want to paint the neck. And I thought a pink neck, you can't have a pink neck on a normal guitar, but you can put a pink neck on this guitar. It kind of suits it. So that's this will be the first time it's played with this neck. But this guitar was actually pretty good. So if you see Jacksville ones, they are like 90 quid new or something like that, which is it's only a little bit expensive, because if you look up on eBay, you can pick them up for nothing. I think I paid, it was eBay and it was in Falkirk, and it was one of those ones that was a starting bid of a tenner, I think, and pick up only, and I think I bid £16 or something like that for it, and I got it for 11. So somebody else had seen it and bid a tenner, and it was like, 15 quid for a guitar, and it worked. How can you really go wrong? Even just for parts, it was complete. So you get 15 quid doesn't take long to add up to 15 quid if you've got like a scratch plate and pickups and a bridge and tuners and a neck, and so they're worth looking at. If you're looking at doing a wee sort of silly project or doing some mad painting, you really have to paint it though, because it looked hideous. I don't know what that turned out to be. I turned it into something, one of the switchy casters or possibly a bucky caster. Being in DF body doesn't really, it's fine. It sounds like something awful. Same with the plywood bodies you get. It's like, you don't want a plywood guitar. No, you don't. If you're spending £300 on a new guitar, you'd be pretty annoyed if it was plywood. But on a technical level, it's fine. It's solid. I don't know what this one's made of. I seem to remember this being incredibly light. It's also, my pal had made a mess of the neck pocket, so if you look at it, the neck sits almost flush with the top of the guitar, so I'm not really sure how to deal with it. That's one of the reasons this isn't going to be a part 1 and a part 2 video that I'm doing today. I'm going to have to mess about with it to make it play well, because it was a few years ago I did it. And saying that, I did a gig with it, so it was obviously doable. Yeah. So that's project 1, which is coming up soon. And also I noticed it's actually got stainless steel saddles, so they'll not be staying on it. And these knobs I'm pretty sure these knobs probably cost more than the guitar did. I don't really know what to put them on. I wonder, maybe they go on that, which is kind of the replacement of it. My swirl job's actually better than this one is. Yeah, so this is project 1, which I will probably be doing today. I'll probably just put a sticker over the Jacksville thing so people don't know, but I mean, I think it should be a cool guitar. Yep. Project 2 is this one, which I don't know what to do with. It's a Squier. The headstock's been reshaped. It's been someone. This one's been really abused. I got it off my pal Wayne. Found it down in Leicester, and I was like, "Is that what I think it is?" And it's like, "Yeah, it is." So, headstock unfortunately been changed. This is a Hello Kitty guitar, and if you know anything about these, you'll know that it's a really popular thing to do with these is you put like a £100 bare knuckle pickup in it and a locking tuners and stuff, and then you play gigs with it because you've taken a guitar that's really silly. I don't really get it, but and they're really rare in black. There are problems with it though. I've got so here's the scratch plate. Yeah, as you can see, it's been butchered. There's bits, and I don't really know how to do it because I can't really fill that, because that's the back of the guitar, so it's like sort of filling it is out of the option. The reason it's like this is because it's got this this dual sonic scratch put on it, saying that the previous owners cut this out to take the extra knobs. So I'm sitting here trying to decide what to do with it. I had thoughts of putting this BC Rich neck on it actually. Cause I thought, if you're going to make it sort of Hello Kitty, BC Rich neck, ridiculous heavy metal pickup in it, but I mean it doesn't look like it's the same shape. This looks more like that's got like a rounded bottom on it, that's sort of square, and I don't think the scratch plate wouldn't hide it, so I've kind of gone off that idea a little bit. These guitars it's just a standard Squier Affinity neck, so it's kind of, if I can make the body good, then I can sell it this, and if someone really wants to get it back to the original, you just buy a Squier Affinity neck. The black one is just a Squier Affinity neck, the pink one has pink fret markings on it, so they're harder to get. I mean, one of these things, there was one in Reverb for like 800 quid, in good condition, so it's just how do I deal with it. I'm thinking, I was looking at the scratch plate, in fact I've got one there. So I was thinking, of cutting bits of the scratch plate off and putting it down, to cover up this, so it would have like a piece here, but unfortunately it doesn't fit, and then maybe a little bit there. So what I think I might do is, I don't like the idea of cutting up this cool anodized thing, but I've had one of these before, they don't really fit on anything apart from a Geosonic. So I'm thinking if I cut off, this bit of it, paint it black and put it on there, it would look like it was an upgrade, because then I could put more knobs in, and then do the same with this bit, which has been routed out to take. I'd have a black bit, this bit here, cut off and put on there, and then this bit cut off and put on there, painted black, so that would give me humbucker. I put a kill switch on that, so it would look like that bit was there to take the kill switch, and then this bit here I would be able to put 2 or 3 knobs on it, a volume tone and a high pass filter, maybe something like that, or maybe a variable coil split, something. I'm thinking of using an Ibanez pickup that I got actually with a pal John Carter gave me. This is it looks pretty cool. This is a True Duo or something it's called. So what it is it looks like a humbucker. So, and you know what a stacked single coil is? That's when the 2 coils are on top of each other, which means you get like sort of hum cancelling. Actually my Strat's got one in it. So this pickup has 3 coils. So you've got your main, your bridge coil, and there's one in below it. So you can have it in single coil mode, but it's not really single coil, it's actually stacked humbucker, so it should be exactly the same volume as when you've got it in humbucker mode, which uses this one and this one to make a humbucker. So I'm thinking, out of a sort of curiosity to find out to see what that's like, if I wire it up right. Yeah, so I don't know, I wish, filling it and painting, it's just not going to happen, but these black Hello Kitties are rare. They're actually pretty good guitars. My pal Scott's got a couple of them. He's got a black one and a pink one, and I think if you get them they came with a crazy pink gig bag with a logo on it and stuff. I was actually a little bit disappointed with finding out what Hello Kitty was. I assumed it was like a cartoon character, and it's not. It's like a brand designed just as a brand. So it's like, oh, so what is Hello Kitty? And it's like, Hello Kitty is that you put on t-shirts and pencil cases and guitars. That's kind of all it is. I was like, right. So I assumed it was like a cartoon, or like SpongeBob SquarePants or something like that. But no, it's just a brand. It's kind of I feel quite weird about it. But this guitar actually played pretty well. Actually, when I got it, I do love the anodized scratch plate, but the problem is, because I had one of these before, I know it doesn't fit on anything unless you've got a Geosonic. So maybe it's worth money. It's also got Entwistle pickups in it. XS662N, and every Entwistle pickup I've come across has been really good. So it could be good. It's like the idea of it I like. It's just the fact that if it wasn't a Hello Kitty guitar, but it is, and I just feel it should go back to being that. And as I said, people like to mod these things. Yeah, this video's well going to be long enough. That's 13 minutes. I've only done 2 of the guitars. Yeah. So another one is this is, yeah, so as you can see in the picture there, I've got, that's when I first got into baby metal, it was, that kind of sent me proper down the foxhole with baby metal. They were playing with Rob Halford at some awards ceremony somewhere, and the 2 girls came out and mind playing Breaking the Law on guitars that look like this. The ones they've got are short scale, and I thought, they were coming out soon, and when they came out, they were like £129, and I thought, or $129, and I thought, yes, having one of them, 120 quid for a baby metal guitar, fantastic. And I was on the waiting list, and I was watching it the day they came out, and immediately they were entirely sold out, and immediately they were on eBay for £1,000, with scalpers, and it was like, right, not buying one of them then, because it's like it's £120 guitar, $120 guitar. I'm not paying £1,000 for it anyway. Not that I really want. I've never really been a fan of the sort of offset V thing. They also did a pro model of it at the same time, but they were like £2,000, and it was like a 7-string, ESP type, a proper pro guitar, but this kind of shape. So I thought, I'm going to make one, and this is the guitar that they should have made, which is, although I'd rather it didn't have a Floyd Rose, but it doesn't have a Floyd Rose, but it should have. So this is an Alexi the guy from Children of Bodom, who I don't really know that much. I have heard some of the stuff. I did like it. I think he unfortunately died last week. But this is I did this a year ago, so I didn't. I'm not desecrating his remains or anything like that. So this is an Alexei signature. It was white. I think I cut these contours on it, and I know I cut this out because it doesn't look quite right. This is to try and make it look like the Baby Metal one, and then painted it red and black. See, it's got sawtooth inlays. It's quite good. Another thing about LTD guitars, this one, and I had a Viper, which is like a sort of offset SG type thing. The frets on them are really, really well done on the LTD guitars. It's also got a mad. If you look at the head, the shape of the top of the headstock, it's at an angle, like this bit here, which is quite unusual. So the tuners seem to be very, 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 very close, but that's because this is sloped. It says ESP on it. No problem with the quality of the guitar. Actually, this has got an Entwistle pickup in it as well. Actually, bizarre. I think that's 3 Entwistle pickups I've got in total, and that's one of them, and the 2 of them are in the other 2 are in that scratch plate. So this needs to get put back together again. The only reason it's in bits is this came when I got it. I had a gold Floyd Rose on it, and because I was going for the all black thing, I put in one that I bought on eBay, a Gotoh one, or did I get it? I think I got it. It was actually maybe in a project guitar that I bought. A Gotoh or a Schaller. I think it was a Gotoh, and it was sort of too deep for this guitar, so the block actually stuck out a little bit. But it was also, I looked them up and they were like 200 quid. I don't know, I put a £200 one in there. So when I got my Washburn Hawk, black Hawk one, the Washburn bridges for that particular model just crumbled into Weetabix. So I put the expensive Gotoh Floyd Rose, because it was thicker as well, it took it. So that I put that in that, and then I just never really got down to putting this back together again. So this just needs a Floyd stuck on it. I don't know if I've got a black Floyd. I do have I still have the original gold one, because gold hardware is dead hard to use. I think I might have an Aria one as well. So I'll see. So I need to put this back together again and play it, and then I need to play some Baby Metal songs eventually. But this was actually quite a good guitar. I'm not sure the paint job worked particularly well, and I'm annoyed at this curve, because it should just be like more of a V shape. I cut this bit out, and it's something. It's just not quite right, not quite the right shape. I think this bit here got in the way with it when I was trying to do it, and it's like I just did it with a belt sander. So that should be an interesting one. I need to get it up and running. I mean, it does look totally cool. This is the guitar that I wish they'd made when they made the 2 guitars they did make, because it's like having a LTD. So I suppose even if it was probably like a £300 or £400 guitar, but at least it's not the £100 short scale one that gets scalped immediately, or the £2,000 7-string pro guitar. You want something that fans could actually buy. I wish they'd built. This is the one they should have built. And I need to get, if anyone who's a Baby Metal fan has got the red sticker that goes on it, if you look at Moore's one, you can't see it because our hands in the way. It's got like a red Baby Metal logo thing, which I quite like to stick on there, and then it would look like the real thing. Yeah, and then the last one is a guitar that I bought cheap off my pal in called Scythe. In one of the videos I drove past his house and mentioned him. Guy with an unfortunate name. He did some crazy things, and this is one of them. And I bought it because it was cheap, and I haven't actually even touched it yet. So this is a Jackson of some description. The neck pickup's been filled to make it a single humbucker, and I think this is a BC Rich Warlock neck. I've really done nothing with it at all. He did the blood thing on his own. Apparently his shed, his wife was like, we walked into the shed and was just like, what the hell? Because obviously the shed, I'd imagine to do this you kind of go with like a paintbrush. So the shed probably looks like someone's been murdered in it. I mean, I think it looks pretty good actually. Not super happy with the neck. It's had some slightly dodgy things done with it. I'm not sure how he got it to fit. I think it's been altered because it might have been a 25.5 inch scale neck it should have had, and then now it's got the 24 inch scale, and it's like, if you look at the 24th fret, there's 2 screws holding it in from the top. So I need to really take it to bits and see what it is, see if I can repair that. It shouldn't really matter. I should be able to fix it. It won't be a structural thing, because it's the 24th fret anyway. So it doesn't. It's like You'll be alright all the way up here, and I'm sure I could make it. I'm sure it's just an aesthetic thing. So I've not really decided exactly what to do with this. This is one of those guitars that just sits. I keep looking at it every couple of months and going, nah, I'm kind of ordering that just now. Actually, it plays alright. So I need to see what I'm going to do with this. Oh, maybe that. Would that BC Rich neck? Look, good on that. Would that work? Yeah, it kind of would, wouldn't it? Thoughts. Anyway, rock on. This is what I'm doing in lockdown. See what I can make. See how quickly I do it. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 projects. So I've got these 4 guitars, and I've got the special, super ridiculously, amazingly silly guitar to rebuild that I've now freed up that neck from, so I can put that back on it. I was never happy with that guitar, but I'll talk about it when I've done it. It's a heavy one. Also not sure what to do with it. Oh, well, catch you later. So, rock on, stay safe, have fun, and sorry I never played the guitar today. Maybe that's a good thing. Catch you later.